And we're live. Let's go. Okay, took a second to get it fixed, but we got everything going. No screen share right now, but I at least got the fights on screen. But there won't be any circles on it or nothing. Kind of basic right there, but we'll get the next shit will be fixed. Anyways, trying to keep this short and sweet because school officially starts tomorrow, so busy day, busy week. But regardless, still give 4 picks for this card. I didn't get to look into the heavyweight fight enough. It's a heavyweight fight. Anything can happen. So, yeah, I won't give a pick on it. I'm not betting that fight. Probably my most confident pick on the entire card, mini card, is Barbosa. Dude's pretty nasty, actually. And really anything that Wilson's done in Cage Warriors really doesn't mean much. To the Cage Warriors name doesn't mean much attached to that, I should say. So I really feel like Barbosa kind of gets like a dominant fucking win, because with Wilson, basically like my one little statement on him I put was he's like an entry level gatekeeper for Cage Warriors. Like, man, once people fight him, like they're just out of Cage Warriors. It's like he's their test. If they can't pass him, they don't go through. So again, I think Barbosa, he's like my most confident pick on the card. But not to be all over the place. We'll go back to the top and just work our way down real quick. With Miller and Gandra, this fight, if Gandra had a little bit better striking defense and takedown defense, he would be an auto lock. But Miller, he's good. He could be great one day. He's at Extreme Couture. But one thing about him is he's got like the slowest striking I've seen from anybody in a hot minute. He just, man, it's slow as shit, but it's proved to be pretty effective. 80% win rate so far for Miller. I do have that he's training at Extreme Couture. He's a BJJ blue belt. And he is managed by the same guys who manage Jose Delgado. That's the Roman Athletic Association. And he also will have the hometown advantage training out of Extreme Couture there in Vegas. Now, mainly with him, you're going to get basically only like looping hooks, some kicks, mostly low kicks, but he'll slide a little head kick up there every now and again. Little stats to keep a hold of right here. 70% of fights have ended in round 1. 75% of fights via knockout. So again, big finishes, and a lot of them are ending in round 1. And still 63% for Gandra. So both these guys have a high clip of finishing in round 1. And typically, those end up going to decision. But I'm just going to fucking go with how it should be on that shit. Now, for the pick, I do think Gandra wins it just because he does have better striking and he does have some takedown defense and he can get up. I'm not saying he's the best at it and he doesn't have the best defense. But I do think his striking ability is enough to counteract the grappling that Miller's going to have. Now, something that I did pick up from watching Miller's fights that they said that he likes the head and arm choke. He has not had a win by a head and arm choke, and I haven't seen in the fights that I did watch of him, I didn't see him try that at all. But I did catch them say that, so I did write a note of that. Now, for me, Gandra is the pick, and I do think it goes over 1.5 rounds. And that would be like my bet on that. But a good hedge on that really would be the Miller under 1.5 rounds and 1 takedown, or take out the rounds and just 1 takedown or 2 takedowns. Because that's really going to be how, if he wants to win this, I really feel like Miller's going to try to work in the grappling 100%, because definitely night and day on the feet with striking, in my opinion. But the pick is Gandra. and the over 1.5. And again, I think Barbosa should beat the brakes off of Wilson. Barbosa is actually like a sick ass fighter. And the Alec Lorenz versus Abdul Yak. We'll just say Yak. Oh yeah. Just some stuff I found and noticed on Alec. He is an Iridium sponsored fighter, which doesn't mean he's an auto win or anything, but we did notice them last year on Dana White Contender Series. Iridium fighters got the win a lot. So Alec is an Iridium fighter. Obviously, biggest dog on the card today. But I do think he loses this fight, so I'm not going to gas him up or anything. I don't think either guy have really fought great competition, but Abdul is the Aries light heavyweight champion. That counts for something. So he should win this fight. The odds suck on that. But I do think if you were to, you'd probably have to go to a prop on that. And like I have here, I have at least one takedown and winning in rounds 1 or 2. I think that's when that happens. Even though, he could just work in the grappling. But again, another high clip finish right here, 83% end in the first round with a 100% finish rate, or win rate rather, for Abdul Yak. So yeah, I'll take him. Obviously, the odds are crazy. But I did, believe me, I tried to find if there was any reason to take Alec, and the best reason I had to put a bet on him was that he is an Iridium fighter. So there is nothing worth taking on that. And then this Christian Perez and Manuel Sousa, this should be probably fight of the night. Beat down of the night will be Barbosa, but fight of the night will be this Perez and Sousa fight. Both of these guys, honestly, they like really remind me a lot of one another, but I do think Sousa is the slightly better, well-rounded, or should I say more rounded fighter. Perez, though he's not Argentinian, he trains at the Goat Shed, and damn if he doesn't fight like an Argentinian. 0 striking defense. None whatsoever. It's all gas, no brakes, no defense. But some stats on Perez: 71% of fights end in the distance. 100% win rate when it does end in the distance. 75% win rate going the distance. And I forgot to put those on this little notepad thing here for Sousa. But again, these guys are very similar both ways. The only thing that I think gives a slight edge to Sousa is he's just a little bit more technically sound on the feet, has better striking, and I feel like he's just a little bit more of a killer. I'm not holding the layoff that Perez has. A lot of people are saying it's 1 year, 8 months, but he did fight a karate fight, so we're going to say 1 year, 1 month. He lost a decision on that, and he did look, in shape and shit at the weigh-ins. But I do think that lack of defense is going to be what costs him. So for me, hate to do it, but it's literally all favorites, and I'm not betting the heavyweight fight. So no dog for me. If there was to be a dog that would win in this order, it would be Perez and then Miller. I don't think Lorenz wins at all. And I don't think Damon Wilson wins. I mean, he's a, solid dude, solid fighter, and he is an American, but just if you watched any tape on Barbosa, dude is savage. Like he should win this fight and be in the UFC. He looks UFC ready. But yeah, so that's my little picks on that. And I changed the title because I had all the clips earlier and I noticed nobody was putting those clips up, but now I've seen that all the full clips have made their rounds on the internet. So if by now you have watched all the clips, so you don't need this stream for that. Now what I will say is what I've basically been saying the whole time since it's happened, that it was all a setup, all a gimmick until the punches landed. Some people are like, man, not every punch landed, so it's not that bad. This is the Roger situation, by the way, but just one punch past that slam was too much. Now, the only thing I will say that I feel is kind of odd, that is just like a huge asterisk on everything right now. Raja has not been arrested for anything. And if you look at his shirt on the center of it, it's a skull and crossbones. So, this could be a whole thing gone wrong, or maybe this is exactly how it was supposed to go. What I will say is I do feel for Rampage and all this, because you never want to, you don't want to hear your child did something crazy like that. And hell, he even watched it, but he was thinking it was all a part of it, and and maybe that was saving face, if you will, but still an insane situation. And yeah, even if it was, everything was supposed to go down like that, I just don't think that somebody getting hit in the face unconscious 20 times or even one time should go unpunished. Because once somebody's out, man, you got to quit. But if you haven't seen all the clips, I have 3 clips on a short that you could watch. And that was the initial prop can being hit against his head. I don't know if I got the handshake in there or not. I was trying to get the time down, but that should be in there. But they shook hands, they made up for it, and they agreed that he would come in the match, and they do some shit. And basically how it started was the Stewart guy thought that this was, immediately supposed to be like a thing. So there's this prop can, more or less, that he hits him with. And the reason I say it's a prop can, because if you've ever been hit in the head by a can, or you've ever tried to bust a can on your head, even an empty one, getting hit in the head enough to crush the can will garner a reaction out of you. He literally did not flinch. He was more just pissed off about it. But then they end up shaking hands and apologizing. And, they said that he was going to go into the ring and, sell this shit and do all this. So that was all planned. And I'm not 100% on the names of these wrestlers, but the dude in the cowboy hat is the one who told Raja to basically, hit him for real, like make it count. So I don't know, if it was everything was supposed to go down like that, and it was supposed to be this brutal to get this kind of reaction from people. I don't know what's vibrating over there, but still a crazy situation. And yeah, man, I think it's insane that that has been the number one trending topic on Google for like a couple days now, is the Raja situation. And if you go to Google and just type in Raja Jackson, you see like every major newspaper outlet from like around the world is reporting on it now. A lot of eyes on this. And we've said in the past, when you're forced to see something, and everybody's forced to see the same thing, like there's usually a reason behind that. And again, the t-shirt, so I don't know if this was, all planned and shit went wrong at the end, or even if that was planned. But what I will say is the reason I put Chael and MMA Joey on the front was the MMA Joey clip has since been deleted because I had it bookmarked and liked, and I couldn't pull it back up. And I was scrambling to try to find it, and that's what took a second. And I could not find the clip, but he was basically defending Raja like 100% on the thing, on like the whole issue. And so was Chael. Like Chael was basically saying like he didn't see him losing his cool and all this extra shit, and just being devil's advocate. Maybe that's because they're industry friends, Chael and Rampage, transitively, if you will. But it's a mess, dude. It's a mess, and definitely all eyes are on this all around the world. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. But yeah, again, those are my picks and just a little opinion on the situation. All the clips are online, so you can definitely watch all of them. But hey, Pepino, good to see you, dude. Just in time for me to sign off of this thing, man. It's a short stream tonight because school starts today officially for my little guy. So I just wanted to at least get the picks. But since you're here, I'll tell you so you don't have to rewind. But it's all favorites for me, not messing with the heavyweight fight. My most confident pick is Barbosa, 100%. No worries, dude. Usually takes a second too for the notification, but yeah, this one is a short one, but regular streaming time the next time and going forward. But short one because we got a little bit earlier of a day just to kind of get in there, make sure we got everything squared away, and make sure he's on his best foot to start his first day of school. Insane. But I appreciate you stopping in, Pepino, and dropping a comment, dude. If you didn't get into the Discord, let me know because we made a different one. Just had to refresh that shit. Just refresh some shit. You know what I'm saying? But those are the picks. And my opinion on that, Chell and Joey are clowns for their take on this, by the way. That's why they were the picture. But on that note, be good. Later.